Hello students, today I am going to teach about human excretory system. Excretory system in human being. So in excretory system, one pair of kidney, one pair of ureters, one urinary bladder, one urethra. So these parts are present in the excretory system, in human excretory system. So first of all, we will discuss about kidney. So kidneys are here reddish brown in color. Then shape is bean-shaped structures. Next, they are situated on either side of the vertebral column in abdominal region. Okay, so here they are located in the abdominal region. So on either side of the vertebral column. Actual location of kidney. So that is last thoracic. The junction of last thoracic and first to third lumbar vertebrae. Okay, so vertebrae. So these kidneys are present in their location. So last thoracic vertebrae and first to third lumbar vertebrae. So in this junction, the kidneys are located. So for example, this is a vertebral column. So vertebral column it divides into many regions: cervical region, thoracic region, lumbar region, coccyx. Okay. So in thoracic region, so the thoracic vertebrae. So for example, these are thoracic vertebrae. So here this is the last thoracic vertebrae. Next, from here onwards, this is the abdominal region. So here these vertebrae are called lumbar vertebrae. So this is one, first, 2, 3. So up to third lumbar vertebrae. So correctly the kidneys are located here. So the junction of last thoracic vertebrae and first to 3 lumbar vertebrae. The kidneys are located. Next, the right kidney. Is slightly lower than right one, just slightly. For example, here this is the right kidney, this is the left kidney. So slightly lower because the presence of the liver. So here the presence of the liver. Above the liver, liver is present. So liver slightly pushes the kidney to downwards. So that's why the right kidney is slightly lower than left one. Okay. Next, the weight. Weight is 120 to 170 grams in males, 120 to 140 grams in females. So slightly different in male and female. Males 120 to 170 grams in males, 120 to 140 grams in females. So this is weight. Next, size. Size is 5 inches. 5 inches long. So the size is 5 inches. Next, shape. We know very well about shape is bean shape. Shape is bean shape. So here, so in this bean shape, so this concave surface is called hilum. So for example, here this is the kidney. Okay. So this concave shape, so this side is called hilum. So through the hilum, one artery enters into the inside. Okay. Next, one vein comes out artery, it enters into the inside, and one vein, this is vein, this is artery, vein is comes out. Next, and also one a long tube, so that one is, this is ureter. So ureter is also comes out. So ureter is forms that ureter opens into the urinary bladder. Okay, so one artery, okay, enters, vein comes out, next ureter is also forms here, this hilum region. Next, covering layer. So normally the kidney is covered by three layers. So first of all, inner side, inside to the outside. First of all, I am telling inside to the outside. So the kidney is covered by first a fibrous connective tissue layer. So this one is fibrous connective tissue layer. So this is also called renal capsule. Okay, so the inner side, the kidney is covered by a fibrous connective tissue layer. That one is called renal capsule. Next, renal capsule is covered by, for example, this is a middle layer. So this layer is, the middle one is called fatty layer. It protects the kidney from external shocks. Next, outer. So outer layer is called renal fascia. So outermost layer, one more layer is present. So that is called renal fascia. So three layers are present. Inner layer, fibrous connective tissue layer. This is also called renal capsule. Next, middle layer, fatty layer. Fatty layer protects the kidney and prevents the external shocks. Next, outer layer is renal fascia. Okay. So this is about external features. Next, here in the kidney. So here, this is the one kidney. Right kidney and left kidney. So here this portion is called hilum. So from hilum, so a wider tube arising from the this hilum region. Okay, this one is called pelvis. So this wider portion is called pelvis. Next, from here, from the pelvis, a small narrow tubes are arising. Like this. So these narrow tubes are called ureters. Okay, so these are called ureters. Okay, so the ureters, these are lined by transitional epithelium. Transitional epithelial tissue. The inner lining is made up of transitional epithelial tissue. These are tube-like structures. These tube-like structures, they opens into a bag-like structure is called urinary bladder. Okay, so this is urinary bladder. Urinary bladder is located, where it is located? It is lower abdominal region. Lower abdominal region. It is located lower abdominal region. Two ureters are opens into the urinary bladder. Urinary bladder is also lined by transitional epithelium. Next, urinary bladder is opens into outside through the urethra. So here this is urethra. This one is urethra. Next, urethra is opens into outside through the urethral orifice. This one is urethral orifice. Okay, so the urinary bladder is opens into outside through the urethra. Next, this urethra is long in females. It is long in males, short in females. Okay, so the urethra is long in males, short in females. Next, the urethra opens into the outside through the urethral orifice. Next, urethra. So here urethra has two sphincters. Two sphincters are present in the urethra. They are external. First one, internal urethral sphincter. External urethral sphincter. It is made up of smooth muscles. Next, outer urethral sphincter. Outer urethral sphincter. It is made up of striated muscles. So urethra has these two sphincters: internal urethral sphincter, outer urethral sphincter. So internal urethral sphincter has smooth muscles, so involuntary muscles. So outer urethral sphincter has striated muscles. Striated muscles or voluntary muscles. Okay. So this is about excretory system. Okay, next, internal structure of kidney. Okay, so internal structure of kidney. So kidney is a bean shaped structure. Already we have discussed the external features. The externally kidney is covered by 3 layers. Okay, outer layer is made up of fibrous connective tissue layer, that is called renal capsule. Next, fatty layer. Next, renal fascia. So next, in the internal structure, the kidney is divides into 2 regions. Okay, it divides into 2 regions. Outer region is called cortex. Inner region is called medulla. Okay, so here this region, this one is the outer one. This outer space is called, region is called cortex. This one is medulla. So the middle portion is called medulla. So here this medulla, medulla region is divides into the triangular shape of structures. So that's why these are called renal pyramids. So they are pyramid shape, pyramid or triangular shape. The medulla region. The medulla region is divides into the triangular shape or triangular or pyramid shape like this. So that's why these are called renal pyramids. Next, in between the renal pyramids, here this is the cortex. So in between the renal pyramids, the space is present. In this space, this cortex is extended into this space. The cortex is extended in between the renal pyramids. So these are called columns of Bertini. The cortex. So cortex is extended into the medulla region. So whatever cortex is extended into the medulla region, it forms the column shape in between that pyramid shape structure, the renal pyramids. So that's why these are called columns of Bertin or renal columns. Renal columns. Okay. Next, the tip of the renal pyramids here. So this portion here, this tip of the renal pyramid is called renal papillae. So the tip of the this portion here, completely this portion, the tip of the here, for example, here renal papillae, the tip of the pyramid, the tip of the renal pyramid is called renal papillae. Next, these renal papillae are opened into a small cup-like structures. These are called calyces. Calyces. Here, for example, here, so this like cup-like structures are the renal papillae opens into the a cup-like structures are called calyces. All calyces join to form a wider space. So this wider space is called pelvis. Okay, all calyces are joined to form a wider space. So that wider space is called pelvis. Then pelvis is opens into the ureter. Pelvis is opens into the ureter. Okay, so this is the internal structure. So internally it divides into the two regions, outer region cortex, inner region medulla. So medulla forms the triangular shape of structures. These are called renal pyramids. In between the renal pyramids, the cortex is extended in between the renal pyramids to form a column shaped structures. These are called columns of Bettini or renal columns. Next, the tip of the renal pyramid. Here, the tip of the renal pyramid is called renal papillae. So, renal papillae are opens into a cup-like structures. These are called calyces. All calyces join to form pelvis. A wider space, a wider tube is called pelvis. So, from the pelvis opens into the ureter. Okay. Next, here one artery, already as I said, one artery enters into the inside. Next, one vein comes out from the kidney. Okay. So, this is internal structure of kidney.